hearing more of agile questions, but now I heard at least one or two persons say that PMI is also focusing on predictive nature of questions. Now, question to people here: is it a good news or it's a tough news? Getting predictive nature of questions. Good, bad?
It's good.
Good.
Depends, I think.
Depends. Okay. Okay. Thanks for the response. Why I feel it is good is predictive nature of project we have done for a long duration, which means the day when you started your career, the day when you went to schools and college, you did this predictive nature of questions. So what will happen is when you see a predictive nature of question, it is not going to be super tough because it is part of your life. However, certain keywords, certain terminologies used by PMI, if you are not aware of it, yes, it will be a little tough. For example, they talk about issue log to be maintained. If you're not clear about what is the issue log, why we have an issue log in an organization, what is the difference between issue log and risk register? If I don't have that clarity, even the predictive nature of questions will become a little more tougher. So good news is, yes, predictive nature of questions are coming as well. At the same time, reading glossary will help you. Any one of you here who have a habit of at least seeing glossary once in a while? Anyone here who do that?
Yeah, today only once through. Today only I read.
Okay, nice to know, Vikrant, you did it. How many words you are able to catch up? 3, 4, and
many of them.
That's nice. Did you found that while you read those words, it's helping you to reconnect with some of the concepts?
Yes, very much.
Okay, nice to know. Nice to know. All right, good. So what we do is first, as from the last week, what we're doing here is we will listen to people who are getting to the exams and give some guidance to them or listen some stories from them. And then I'll bring some questions. We will talk about those questions through which we learn some subject. And the third segment is we go with your question, which you took recently, and you need clarity or you want to explain that. This is the agenda for today. Are you fine with the agenda? Shall we do that? Okay. Okay, now what we do is first we'll start with the people who have exams. Any one of you here or a couple of you here who have exams the next few weeks, few days?
Shri, exam on 29th, next upcoming Saturday.
Oop. By this time, you would have been PMP certified next week.
Yeah.
Okay. After certified, you willing to be part of this QA session?
Yeah, sure, I will join.
Why should you? Right? Your family would kick you, isn't it? Is it to get your
Yes. Yes.
So what promise you given your family once you clear the exam? What are you going to do?
I have to took my wife for traveling. Actually, from couple of months, we didn't wear anything anywhere. So
your tone says, only when I'm asking, you started thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully your wife is not around there. Okay.
No, she's not.
All right. All right. Good. Celebrate it. I know you're focused on exam. Let's come to the topic. So Saturday, what time is your exam?
9:45 a.m.
45. Is it online, center based?
It's a center base.
Which city it is?
Pune.
Pune. Okay, good. So, so Vikrant, how many full exams you have taken right now?
Today I have taken fourth one.
Today you took fourth one, right?
Yes.
Okay, what was the score?
It's bad one. It's 58%. Again,
Okay.
I had message you as well. The
It's
past,
okay.
okay. Past 3 exam also it was around 59, 63, and 58, and again it's 58. So
highest is 63 so far.
Yeah, and today I took from PMI study hall. It was
Okay.
58, and
Okay.
last time with study hall it was 63, and
All right.
on ShriLearning I scored 58 twice,
Okay. Okay. So
58, 59.
the consistency is around 57 to 63.
Yes.
I got this point. Nothing to worry. In fact, this is fine to clear the main exam. Definitely, there is a 5% drop. If 5% gap is filled up, it'll be nice, but still, I will say fine. Now, quick ask with you. Have you done the gap analysis to see, are you losing the scores of any mistakes?
Yes, I'm doing that. I'm on it.
Very good. Very good. That is fine. That is what important. I don't think you have to improve the score drastically 10-20%. But until you understood the gap and you read and spend time for that, sufficient to clear the main exam. Okay. Now, the next question is, how is your time management with your exam?
Uh, I'm losing last 7 to 8 questions.
Oh, are you taking break?
Yes, even taking break after taking the break.
Okay. Okay. That is pretty much fine. Close to 7 questions. Is this happening for every exam, every full exam?
Yes.
Okay. 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 Quick ask with you. Are you reading any few questions few times? Let's say 3 times, 4 times.
Yes. Yeah, I'm doing it 2 to 3 times.
Okay. Those questions which you read 2-3 times, are you answering correctly or it is going wrong?
Correct. The answer
Amazing.
was correct.
Okay. So your brain is processing, but it needs some time.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good news actually, because some people who read the question 3 times, they make mistake. Now what to do? How to improve? Time, I'm not seeing as an issue because the main exam, some question could be lengthy, but not all. So your time would be balanced. But only thing is, because it's a main exam, sometimes the pressure adds. Like, like in IPL, some players play really well. Put them into World Cup or any tour, those guys will score only single digit. The reason is when you are practicing, you are a little bit calm mode because you're at a home. But when you go to center, you get automatically the little pressure on that. Now, how to overcome this is being a 1 week time with you. I would recommend you can stop your full exams and start with
Okay.
short exams. When I say
Okay.
short exams, I take a 40 questions exam, have a timer in front of you, keep it 50 minutes or 40 minutes, and close all these questions within the time.
Okay.
By doing a short exam, your energy would be high, and also it's going to end. So your mind will be more composed to answer all the questions. Let's practice short exams to improve your time management. And also, when we do this short exams, our reading ability also improves, crisp and clear, so that your scoring pattern also will improve. From 58%, you can scale up another 5 to 6%.
Okay.
Do this. Meantime, I will give you few bullet points which you have to do the next few days of time.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Give me a hello in WhatsApp. I believe you are in touch in WhatsApp.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So message me. I will reply you with some bullet points to do. On the last ask with you, have you taken off from your work for the exam?
Yes. Yes. I'm on whole week. I'm on leave.
Whole week, man. Is your manager in India or abroad?
Actually, when I applied for the exam 2 months before, on that time only I had applied leave.
Okay. Well planned, huh? Can you
Yeah.
call it as a well planned? Okay.
Yes.
Still, it's nice. Okay. Giving. All right. Nice to know. Good. Because all good. I would say you are not bad. You are not super good. You are in the range where you can clear the exam smoothly, provided next 1 week is very crucial. I would recommend you to be in close touch with me. Even if you message me every day, I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Telling how is your progress, what are you doing? You took your 40 questions, what's the score there? I will give you some bullet points. It's not, don't expect a reply from me, but let me know that I read this, I completed this. So you have a commitment to reply to me. So you know you have to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shall we do this
Yeah.
for next 1 week?
Yeah. Sure. I will tease you.
Perfect. Perfect. Do it. But tell to your wife you're contacting your PMP coach because she should not doubt you. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
At night, 12 o'clock near washroom, if you get a message, she'll be doubting this guy. Okay. All right, guys. Work it out. Work it out. One of the point, not only for Vikrant, for everyone here, please read the 12 principles of Agile very carefully, which is there in the books. Maybe you can go to Mike Griffith book. There are paragraph of message explained every principle, or go to scrum.org. Scrum.org. In this website also, they have written each principle with detail. What does it mean? This is going to really help you in exam. Please do that. The second point is always remember you have to read what is the role of the project manager as per PMI. I should have worked in some companies. You would have worked in some companies. But that's not the question PMI going to ask. PMI Institute want to know, are you aware of the roles which we have defined? So please spend time. This is available in framework chapter in Rita book, or go to PMBOK 6th edition. There in first or second chapter, you will see a couple of pages. Please spend some time there. Good, Vikrant. Thanks for that. And then
One more question.
Mhm.
As I'm losing last 7 to 8 question,
Mhm.
in at the exam time also, if I feels like that, and if I have at the end very less minutes, suppose 10 to 15 minutes, and there are many questions, so how to do a strategy at that time if I become coming a lengthy
Okay.
questions?
I got
So,
you. I got your question. Got your question. Usually on that time, you won't have a strategy in mind. You will start working in emergency mode. What people do in emergency mode is people read the last line of the question. Usually the last sentence is the line of the question. They read this and they choose one of the answer which they feel convincing. This is something shooting in the dark. That's what you're going to do. It is for your self-satisfaction to feel that 180 questions I answered. You will just read last line, choose answer A, B, C, then move to next one, move A, B, C. That's how they do. I can also give it like this, Vikrant. I have few people who did not answer all 180 questions. They missed the questions. Some even missed 18 questions in the main exam. Still, they cleared the main exam. So PMI is not keeping as a criteria. You have to answer all the questions, then only you will pass the exam. That's not the criteria. Even if you miss some question, they cleared. But that's not the greatest example I'll give you. That's emergency mode, I'm telling. Two mode. Number one mode is read the last line of this question, see what is a convincing answer, choose it. Number two, you don't want to put a pressure, still you miss 7 questions, it's okay. Still you clear the exam.
okay, thank you, Shri.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
quite a little bit relief to me.
I'm sorry, what is that?
It's quite a relief for me after hearing you.
Okay, I will be chasing next 1 week. Let's see. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here on next 7 days, you will sleep only 6 to 7 hours. The rest all time reading, walking, exercise, reading.
Yes.
You should ask me why walking exercise.
Yeah, it's it's really needed.
It's needed because if you sit and read for 18 hours, your brain won't consume it. Only when you walk, run, your brain gets time to consume it. So give some time for your brain. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Pallavi is waiting. I have Pallavi, Saurabh, 2 of them there. I'll talk to them. Then I'll go for the question discussions. First, I'll start with Pallavi. Yes, Pallavi.
Yeah, hi Shriram. Shriram, I have booked the exam for 11th of August.
Mhm.
Shared with you the other dates also, but fortunately, someone cancelled it and I got this date for August. Otherwise, other dates were September. So
Pallavi, are we in chat and WhatsApp?
yes, Shriram, I have shared
Yeah, I remember. Now I remember.
Yeah.
August 21st, you said.
But then August 21st, the timing was 8 o'clock in the morning, Shriram, which was difficult for me. Then other day, I again searched for the date, and then I got 11th of August. So
Okay. You were the one in South Africa, am I right?
I'm in South Africa, yes.
Right. Okay. Now I got you. Now I got you. So you're going to the center, isn't it?
Yes, I'm going to the center.
Okay. Okay. Is it a warm summer there, South Africa?
Winter, it's very
Winter.
cold. Yeah.
Okay, what's the temperature when it's very cold?
It's like in the morning, it's 2 degrees, 3 degrees.
Ooh. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh.
And yeah,
Okay.
nights, afternoons are okay. It goes
Okay.
until 15 degrees also, 15, 18.
Understood. Understood. Got it. All
That's
right.
why I
So,
didn't put 8 o'clock, because I thought 8 o'clock would be difficult. So 21st, I know I am losing 10 days to now, but other dates were September. So I didn't want to
okay.
delay another 1 month. Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So Pallavi is doing on 11th. 11th is, let me see the calendar. It
18
says a
days.
Friday, and you have a couple of weeks. So how many holidays you planned already?
So 9th is public holiday, Shriram, here, and I'm
Mhm.
taking 10th holiday. So 9th, 10th, 11th, 3 days holiday.
Okay.
I probably take half day on 8th. So I'll get.
Okay, that sounds good. Nice. This is clear. Date is clear. Practice is clear. Full exams. Have you started your full exams?
I've given only one full exam, Shriram, but I have given multiple 40 questions and 60
Mhm.
questions. 40 questions, 60 questions, 60 question I have given only last week recently. So
Uh-huh.
that I could complete 20 minutes before, and the score was 68. 40
I
also,
remember. Mhm.
yeah. And 40 questions also, I'm scoring somewhere between 63, 65, 68, sometimes 70 also. But
Okay.
full exam, I scored 55, Shriram, only one. And that too, I given last month. I have not given after that. I was only giving 1 hour and this 40, 60
Okay.
minutes. Yeah. But I'm
Last
targeting,
month is too far
yeah.
because the rhythm mode are not been set there. Now, question to you: when you're scoring 63 or 68% and you're completing in 20 minutes earlier, do you think if you consume the full time, your scores can be better?
Could be, Shriram. I will give myself full time and see. That could be the reason. I am
When you
getting
analyze what you found,
predictive
is it
questions.
reading ability? Where are you missing the scores?
Predictive questions are something that I am missing. Some input output. What is the input of this process? If something like that, those kind of questions, I'm finding them difficult. Predictive ones are also difficult. Related to procurement, basically the predictive ones.
Okay, got you,
Yeah.
got you, got you. Okay, fine. So analysis is good. Reading ability is faster. So that's fine. That's fine. Okay, now what we'll do is, Pallavi, you can take another 3 more full exams.
Mm-hmm.
And I say 3 more, already did one, right? So 3 more full exams you can try. So did you say you plan to leave, right? The exam a week before, few days you're taking leave?
Yeah. So Shriram, 5, 5th, see, I am giving exam on 11th. 5th and
Uh-huh.
6th is Saturday, Sunday. 7th, I'll work. From 8th, 9th, 9th is again public holiday. Actually, so I'll be working
A
from
lot
5th
of
to
holidays there. Okay.
yeah, 1.5 days only I'll be working from 5th to 11th.
All right, got you. That's clear. So let's talk about the preparation part. Have you fully read Rita,
Yes, yes, Shriram. I have read Rita fully.
Agile Practice Guide?
Agile Practice Guide also I've read.
Read it. You work in Agile environment.
Yes, I work in Agile. Agile, I find the questions related to Agile are very, I mean, I'm very comfortable.
Comfortable. Okay, then PMP exam should be easy for you. Coming to the questions here now, you have to take another at least 3 full exams to get your hold of sitting for 4 hours.
Okay.
Okay, that we'll do. That give a lot of gap. You take, imagine you take an exam tomorrow, give 5-6 days gap, take another exam.
5, 6 days.
So
Okay.
yeah, give some gap because you need that breathing time, practice time. In between, take this 40 questions or 60 questions once in a while. But
Mm-hmm.
don't overdo exams. Not only for Pallavi, for everyone I'm saying there, don't take a lot of questions on the same day. Some people do that. I saw one person taking maybe 18 exams, 20 exams. That's too much. Don't do that. It should be a very gentle way of writing because it's very gentleman certificate. It's a professional certification. You no need to do too many exams. Take one exam, but after the exam, take a lot of time to analyze that. Sit and see what happened. Maybe I missed my breakfast, then I took the exam. What was the mistake there? Or somebody's keep on ringing the bell. Does it disturb me? Or I did not understand the framework concept itself. So the analysis part consume more time. So Pallavi, to you, please analyze all the questions. see if you can improve some more time. No need to be so faster, be moderate speed. That also can help you.
Okay, Shriram. I'll do that.
Right. So what I'm expecting from you is whenever you take the full exams or 60 question exam, please post with me in the WhatsApp so I know where are you.
Okay.
All right. All right. I think we chatted last week when you said you are exempted, right?
Yeah.
Pallavi, yes, I could see your message. All right. So next is you're going to give me the scores of your 60 and your 180.
Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, week before I'll give you some bullet points to start the preparation. So that time you start working on those core points.
All right, Shriram. Yeah. This week I'm targeting then one full exam and maybe 60 questions. Yeah.
Perfect. Good.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Good wishes.
Thank you,
That's Pallavi. Then I'll go to Shaurav.
Yep. Hi, Shri.
Hi.
So Shri, I haven't chosen the date as of yet, but I'll give it in August, somewhere mid to last of August. I mean, I'll be booking a date probably this week, and I've been giving this 40 questions mock. Those scores were, I would say, decent. The last week that I gave, in that I got 85%. Last night I was giving 180 questions full mock, but due to something when I had to abandon it midway, I was able to attempt 72 questions in first some, I think, around 70 or probably 65 minutes, and I got 56 correct. So that essentially means 77% over there. I'm also going through, I mean, I've gone through Agile glossary.
Very good.
And then I'm now starting with the PMI glossary to go through.
Okay. That's a good progress. So August is third week you are planning your exam. So you will do that. Application has been submitted?
Yeah, it's all successful. Yeah.
Approved. Okay, all good there. Now exam part third week, which means 1 month you have with you. Did you mention you completed reading the book?
Yeah. So I'm actually from last year's batch. So
yeah. Okay. So are you starting your full exams practice? I believe I lost my. Oh. Are you hearing me right now? Is it better?
He got dropped, I think, sure.
Now it's better?
You are audible, sure.
Yeah.
He got dropped, sure. Saurabh, right?
He got dropped. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, then I thought my audio is not coming. All right, guys.
No,
so let's move on until he come back. What I do is I'll take one question in the chat box and I'll come to Shaurav. In the chat box, I'm seeing a question from Anjula. Okay, the question is, it is so difficult to read the book. Can we clear the exam without reading the book? It's not only one person question, it's a question from everyone. Is that correct? Is everyone feeling that? Do I need to really read the book? It's a very good question, right? But actually, there are people who have not read the book but cleared the exam. So it's a good news. So I can say that, yes, you can. Now I'm going to add some more point on that. How can this be done? A person who works in a good amount of challenging projects already. It doesn't mean you should have 20 years of experience. You have only 3 years of experience. In 3 years, you took some sort of complicated projects or complex projects which had a hybrid mindset and thought process implementation model followed. I'm sure you already have a knowledge. I don't think you have to sit and read the book. Whereas when you practice the question, your answering ability is really high. You're scoring 70 plus very smoothly. If you put a little more effort, it's coming to 80, which means you're already aware of those knowledge. Now, without reading, you can go for exam. I have met some people like this as well. For your information, I take classes in Europe. I have met some managers who have more than 18 years or 20 years experience. When they say experience in Europe, and some of them are really, really depth knowledge in management. They don't even know which book they have to read. They only listen to class, that too for 4 days. And fifth day, they practice a couple of questions and then they clear the exam. It's also possible. So I answer you, yes, it's possible. Provided the background, what I said, if you have, nice, it'll help you. Now, what's the advantage of reading the books? When you read the books, you learn the international terminology. You know how things are working in a flow. Now, it's not only for the examination. 3 years from now, you want to attend an interview. You want to switch the job. These all concepts will help you. But the exam question will stay with you for only some time, then you'll forget it. Whereas when you read the subject, you'll remember it for long duration. Hope I answered you. Right. Saurabh is here. Saurabh, I'll attend you. Then I go to Ravindra. Ravindra, please hold for a minute.
Sure.
Yeah, Saurabh, you were saying something to me.
Yeah. So I'll be blocking my dates. I mean, this week, and I'll probably book an exam for. Sorry. Your question was regarding if I've read the Rita books. Yep. So I'm from last year July batch. So I've gone through this Agile practice book and Rita entirely.
Good. All right. So everything looks good, Saurabh. Since you have 1 month, almost 1 month, you have solid time to prepare. I would recommend you to start at least 15 to 18 days before your main exam. Start your full exam practice, along with that 40 and 60 question exams. If your exam is on 20th of August, at least the 2nd of August or 5th of August, you should have taken your first full exam. Why 15, 18 days before? You need that time to understand and reorganize yourself to sit and write the exam for 4 hours. So you take first exam, it will be very pathetic sometime. Sometimes it's good. So you will analyze, take a feedback, review it. After 3-4 days, you will take another exam. Again, analyze another 3-4 days, another exam. So you need that time. So imagine yourself, you have to complete reading every concepts before 2nd of August. At least 3rd or 4th of August should be your first full exam. However, the 40 question exam or a 60 question exam, take any time you like to just to get a hold of it. But again, I'll repeat the point. Don't overdo with the too many exams. So that's the point.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks, Saurabh, and good wishes. Stay in touch with me.
Thank you. Sure.
Let's go to Ravindra.
Yeah, hi, Shriram.
Hey.
So, Shriram, I have booked my exam July 28th, Shriram. I messaged you a couple of days back.
Yeah.
So I've been, continuously reading. So I completed Rita one time and Rita book one time, complete book. And second time I read almost like 60 to 75%. And, if intermittently or, at least weekly, twice or thrice, right? I used to, work on this 40 and 60 questions where my score is between 63 to 65. Okay. So that is the score. And when it comes to chapter-wise test, whatever we have in ShriLearning portal, so I get around sometimes 73%, around 70 to 73%. Okay, so I have taken initially 2 months back. I have taken a full exam, so there I got around 48%. So yesterday I have taken one full exam. I got around 61% ShriLearning. Okay. So I have on Friday I have exam, that is coming Friday. So I have taken a break of 3 days, that is Tuesday to Thursday, and Friday morning 8 o'clock I have my exam. Okay, and you message me.
Oops. Seems I could not hear you, Ravindra. Maybe you're on mute.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Am I audible, Shriram?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. So on the last, I messaged you, I think 2 weeks back. You gave me the instruction to go over the few of the chapters for the last week. So I'll go through that.
Okay.
But in general, considering the score, so any specific thing you wanted me to focus on, because I've taken only 2 exams, full exam, and I'm plan to take 1 or 2 by this week, Shriram. That is my plan. Maybe I
Take
need your
one
inputs.
more. Don't go 2. 1 is sufficient. And the rest we will do couple of 60 questions.
Okay.
Okay. And the time management. How is your time management when you do 40, 60, or 180?
40, I'll have some 6 to 7 minutes left, Shriram, for 40.
Okay.
Yeah. For 60, I think, twice I remember it was around 10 to 12 minutes, Shriram. Maybe around 10 minutes, I can say.
Very good. Are you taking the break when you take the full exam?
Full yesterday, which I took, Shriram, I took 2 breaks, maybe around 5 to 6 minutes break I took.
Okay, that's a decent time. I don't see a concern right now. By the way, are you working in agile environment?
Yes, Shriram. I work in agile environment.
What is your role there?
I'm a project coordinator, Shriram.
Okay, very good. So you involve in organizing things and
yeah.
Okay, nice, good. I think this should be good for you. Agile questions, are you answering most of them correctly?
Yeah, in the 60 questions, Shriram, I'm okay. But the exam which I took yesterday, maybe I'm not able to read that question properly. Maybe I dropped there. But yeah, when I analyzed, right, I found that I'm not able to interpret the question at that particular point in time. Maybe because of I thought I always had an inhibition that whether I'll be able to sit 4 hours. The yesterday's intention was whether I'll be able to sit for 4 hours. That was my challenge for myself. But yeah, yesterday I understood. Yeah.
So your question mistakes are happening between 130 to 180?
120 to 145, from what I understand.
120 to 145, which means after the second break, your rhythm is dropping.
Yeah.
Are you eating anything out in the break? Do you?
No, Shriram, I didn't take anything.
Okay. If you are a bit exhausted, I would say consume something. There are usually when a main exam, I say that I have a Snicker, chocolate, something. Maybe a lime juice or fresh juice. It looks a little over for some people, man, for exam juice are needed, but actually needed. When you write the 4 hours of exam, your brain is getting exhausted. It is equivalent to swimming in the pool for a long time, or you're going for a long run. It won't sweat outside, but internally your brain is getting super tired. After the exam, you will feel like you want to sleep because it will be super exhausted. Good food is needed. Many times in the classes, I used to talk about health. The reason is to be a leader and manager, health is very important. Okay, now coming to your point, recommendation is take 1 full exam, 1 more, and then take some 60 questions, sufficient. And I should have given you some bullet points to read about the framework, read about stakeholders, focus on that. In main exam, you will see more questions towards people domain. So getting stronger in people domain with agile base will help you to clear the exam very well.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I've not read.
Take a look of a CPI and SPI. You remember those concepts?
Yes, Shriram.
Okay. Of late, 1 question is coming. Of late, I'm hearing 1 question is coming in CPI and SPI. And also one other question coming in PERT, PERT, which you will see in schedule management chapter.
Okay.
Yeah, read that. Apart from that, you will see more on people domain plus agile.
Okay, sure.
Perfecto. That's Ravindra.
Okay.
Good wishes.
Thanks, Shriram. Thank you.
Ravindra, keep me posted regularly. We should get connected over the phone call before the day of the exam.
Definitely, Shriram. I'll message you and based on your time availability, we'll connect.
Exactly. Which country you are?
I'm in Canada, Shriram.
Canada. So time zone, you have to watch out. Okay. Give me a message the day before. We will match our timing and we'll work it out.
Sure, Shriram.
Perfect. We are going to rock for the main exam.
You,
stay focused, and not only for Ravindra, for anyone here close to the exam, stop television, stop newspapers, stop anything on the mobile, and be focused. It doesn't mean you have to sit with the book all the time. Give yourself your time, When you give your time, the subject gets digested and analyzed automatically. I remember the day when I was preparing, I'm talking 2016. What I do is post lunch, I go for a walk. Post dinner, I go for a walk. In this walk, what I do is I recollect all the concepts, what I have read. I would start a sequence. By those days, I used to have imagination of I'm constructing a 5-star hotel close to an airport. If I want to construct the hotel, what all I will do, starting from charter, requirement gathering, technical parameters, IT department will be there, and then the lift operation from contracting. I will just go through the whole building construction with the software industry, how this project will be completed with my knowledge. By doing this, what happens is all the concepts runs through. It takes me 35 minutes or 45 minutes, but I don't need to open the book. Everything is in my mind through those concepts. I know it sometimes doesn't work for many of us, but give time for a brain to digest and analyze. Only reading will not help. All right, that's good.
Okay.
All right, now let's get to the questions. So people who have questions, put your hands up. I have a few questions to share. First, I'm going to start with that. Shall we go for that? Is it a go from everyone here?
Yes.
Ready for it?
Yep.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yes.
Is anyone in your city, it's raining heavily or super warm? Meantime, I'll bring some content. Which city is raining?
In Hyderabad, Sriram.
In Bangalore also raining, Sriram.
Bangalore too, it's raining.
Oh, is it a cyclonic situation or general monsoon rain?
It's monsoon rain.
So that's good. I'm sure somebody should be here. Your weather is super crazy warm. Who's that?
I'm in Saudi.
Sorry, which city?
I'm in Saudi, Jeddah.
Saudi, man, should be 45, 50.
Yeah, feels like 48 for sure.
God. But you all mostly stay in air conditioning, right? Super cold place. They keep you good. Cash rich countries. Okay, enjoy. All right, I'm going to pull out some question. Let me pull this question, and then I want to show you something. Give a few seconds. I'm pulling the data. Okay, yes, I have some information. Let's start the discussion with the question number 1. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Confirm if you can see the screen, what I'm sharing.
Yes.
You're seeing the screen. Okay, read this question. Let's discuss this question. This is for Agile. Let's see your understanding. Okay, for benefit of all, let me read this question. You are managing a complex project with a loosely defined requirements. By the end of each iteration, the number of story points delivered is offset by the addition of new requirements. Okay, I'll give a pause here. Have anyone observed the word complex given here? You observed loosely defined. By now, you should also observe one other keyword here. What is the keyword up to this point when I read one other keyword?
Offset.
Exactly. Offset. What does offset mean in this place?
Changed.
Deviation from the original one.
The number of story points delivered is offset with addition of new requirements. If I do 3 items completed, another 3 items got added. In a bowl, I have some water. The water goes out. Again, the tap opens, some more water getting filled up, which means it's always something is happening. Okay, for now, until now, we understood it's a complex project and the requirements getting delivered at the same time, new requirement getting added. Now let us talk something more in this question. Using a burn down chart. Have anyone seen about the burn down chart?
Yeah, yes, sure.
Yeah.
Is this chart look like this? What I'm showing X and Y axis, it starts from this point, it starts dropping down. That's called burn down. That's called burn down.
Yes.
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 This is burn down, which means initially team thought they want to complete 80 points. And every day they start seeing, am I going towards 70? Am I 60? Am I 40? Am I 50? Until I come to 0. Is this a meaning of burn down chart? If
Right.
you don't know, that's a meaning of burn down chart. Burn down is you see the remaining work, how much to do. Now, using a burn down chart in this situation is not indicating, it's not indicating the team's actual progress, which means this kind of chart is not helpful. What alternative method can be used in this case? That's a question. Now, I'm going to ask this question to people who are working in Agile already. Do you think there is an alternative other than burn down?
Burn up.
Burn up chart.
Burn up.
Burn up could be one alternative. Very good. Nice. Now, keeping that in mind, and also keeping in mind in question, there is nothing, answers, nothing called burn up given here. Do anyone saw these answers? You don't see anything
Yes.
on burn up. Everything is burned out, which
Yes.
means alternative not necessarily should be a burn up. It can be a burn down itself. Now let's watch out. They're meaning that this graph is called burn down, but they're saying this won't work. Then they're asking you what can be alternative. So now try an answer. Let me wait for your answer. Any answers? I'm seeing a chat box here. People in the YouTube, you can put in the comment section if you have an answer. So far, Suchitra, Shweta, Funny, Couple has given answers. I'm going to give a few more seconds. The rest of them answer. I'm seeing A, I'm seeing B, Kaja, Guru Prasad has given answer, Naranjan has given answer. Okay, I'm seeing many numbers running between B and A. Since many gave B, I'm going to ask a justification for B. Why B should be an alternative? Any one of you want to comment for your answer? Why B should be accepted answer? When I read the B, show the burn down chart as histogram. Can I say histogram will be something like this boxes? Is it histogram? Is it histogram? Yeah. So if this is histogram,
Yes.
I show additional scope above the bars, which means whenever some new requirement added, you want to show here as above. Okay, people went with the B. You want to say something for your answer? Is this a guess or have you seen like this? Nothing wrong in it, even if it is a guess.
It's a guess from my side.
Very good, very good. Possible. You are close to the answer actually.
Yeah. Why I thought is whatever extra that has been added, that is additional.
Exactly.
So in I think burn up chart as well, what we see is whatever extra it shows at the top, like, the points will go up. So similarly, I thought this could
Makes
be
sense,
correct.
makes sense, makes sense. I'm with you, makes sense. Makes sense.
Actually, we need to like show the indicate the team's actual progress. So I'm thinking in that line. So we
Exactly.
will be showing this as a histogram plus additional what other additional requirements that came. So it will be visible that we can show it on the chart.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm with you. I like that points, whatever you said. Now what I do is I'll bring some information. Let's see. Now look at this picture. All right. See these blue boxes first. First, you agree, is this a burn down chart? Because
Yes.
for us, at least we know x-axis, y-axis. Then we know a line should drop like this. That's a burn down. Is it correct? But this guy is given some boxes, which means this is also you have x and y. Can we say something like this? X and y.
Yes.
In this x and y, when the project started, this is for a whole project. Keep in mind, sprint 1. How many weeks a sprint will go? How many
2
weeks?
2
weeks.
weeks. 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Could
4
be
weeks.
2. Could be 2. But Agile book says it can be 1. It can be
Yes.
2. It can be 3.
1
It can
to
be 4. Right? It can be 4. It's up to you. Let's keep an average, usually market in, when I say market in industry, what they follow. 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So this burn down chart is for one sprint or is for the whole release or a project?
This release
One sprint.
for each release.
Whole release.
Whole release, right? It's a whole release. Now, imagine a whole release. A release could be for 6 months work. A release for a HDFC bank, they want to bring some loan segment. Loan segment requirement is started with 102 points of work. In the loan, it could be agriculture related loan, industrial loan, small scale industry loan, some loan segment. They started. Now they started with 102 points. When the first sprint completed, was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? I don't know. I assume it's 2 weeks. How much completed in this whole bar? Can somebody tell me what is called completed here?
13.
The minus 13 is completed. Can we, when I sum up minus 13 plus 18, will it give 102? Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this bar helps me to show how much I completed. Now, same thing here. From 89, another 10 is completed. Can I say like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anything different you see in this bar apart from minus?
Yeah, plus 5 added there.
work added.
Yeah.
Plus
Hey.
5.
Now, what this plus 5 means for the HDFC bank for the release? What does it mean?
Another 5 story
Extra
points
requirement.
added.
Exactly.
Earlier 1 or 2 there.
Added for the sprint or added for the release?
Added for the
Added for the
release.
release.
Added for the release.
Exactly. Is it a good culture and nature to add for a sprint? Is it a good discipline?
No.
No.
No, it's a bad discipline. You may not recommend to add between the sprint. Sprint is a short time box where team has to focus on doing the job. You can add on a worst situation. The product owner thinks, guys, whatever you're making now is a crap. Right? Crap. Sometimes it happens, right? So suddenly your mom prepares upma with a rava. You say, mom, it's a scrap. Throw it out. Let me buy something from the store. So something totally crap doesn't work out, then you go throw out and buy something. If not, you don't disturb the sprint. Then what is happening here? This is for the release. Now then again here. Now let's not jump immediately. Let's go for it. 5 plus 79. How much?
84.
84.
84. Okay, let's see the calculation is correct or wrong here. So 84. Now minus 10 completed. So is this number first of all right? 67 is correct. Just a small calculation. 89 here, 10 completed. It becomes 79. 79 plus 84. How much here completed?
70.
Is it going correctly?
Yes. Yes.
Is it right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. Thanks for confirming. Now, can I call this as a burn down chart? However, this burn down chart below the x-axis, I can add some number. That number shows, this number shows how much deducted, this number shows how much added. In a one single graph, I can see how my team is completing the work. I can also see how much of work getting added. And this is called bar chart. Now I'm going to stop this and again come back to the question. Now see and let me know which answer we can go.
A.
A.
Why A? What is a Keyword in the answer A.
Additional scope below horizontal axis.
Below the horizontal axis.
Exactly. So below the horizontal. Now someone answered me, Shriram, we can use a burn up chart. Do you think that's also a right answer? Could be. There also can be right answer, isn't it? Yeah. What is a burn up chart? Burn up chart will be an X and Y axis. And initially we thought we will do 80 points and we started working. When we started working, new requirement got added. From 80, it can go to 90. My graph will supposed to stop here, but my graph will travel further. That's also possible. However, the question asked it, but in the answer, you don't see anything on burn up. So you go for a burn down chart where you show the bar, that is histogram. Is this a good question? You got some idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
yes.
Shall we see one more question? And then I have a couple of hands up there. Ravindra and Shweta, you both of you have some questions to discuss?
Yeah, Shri.
Very good. We'll do one thing. Then I'll talk to your question and come back here. Let's give equal opportunities. Ravindra, you spoke to me sometime. I'll give a chance to Shweta and come back to you. Is that fine?
No, I'm done, Shriram. I mean, I want to talk to you. So for that, I raise the question. I raise the hand.
Then it's fine. Then it's fine.
Oh,
So
thank
now
you.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to give opportunity to Shweta. Shweta, would you like to share the screen?
Yeah,
to
Shri.
your question?
Yeah, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Let me know if my screen is visible now.
Yeah, question number 40.
Yeah, so this is from one of the full mock that I've taken. I have 2-3 questions to discuss from this one. Yeah.
Okay.
So the first question was, an ongoing project has a high degree of change. In order to evaluate how the security team will influence the performance of the project, what should the project manager do? The options were: create a stakeholder engagement assessment matrix. B is analyze political and power structures. C is create a communications management plan, and D is manage stakeholders' expectations. Why I thought of B is, after looking at normally we have this power and influence grid that we use.
Yeah.
I couldn't think why or how a stakeholder engagement assessment metrics will influence. So I directly went for B, but that's the wrong answer.
Okay, no, nothing wrong in it. See, what you're saying is an outcome of engagement assessment matrix. See, analyzing political and power structures, yes, it's going to happen. I will not say no for it. It is going to be there. But the terminology of PMI, here, the PMI Institute's way of working, we have to go. If you watch out the answer, create a stakeholder engagement assessment matrix. Now, first, let's understand what is engagement assessment matrix. Do you know what is in engagement assessment matrix? Are you aware of it?
Yeah, what is the engagement level of each stakeholder? And we will give the, there are four of them. I just need to revisit
Yeah,
them. Like,
no problem,
yeah,
no
but,
problem. We'll ask audience also. Do anyone want to say about what is engagement assessment matrix? I'm sorry, somebody say something?
Can it be the RACI chart?
What is the current engagement level and what is the expected engagement level?
Exactly. What Suchitra said is right. So, Suchitra, can you give some more information? Why we have to do this? Current and desired.
Just to check whether the person is correctly engaged as per the requirement, whether the stakeholder is at the exact level of engagement in the project.
Okay.
So if he's not, then we can, like get him onto the track or something like that. So.
Okay. That makes sense. What you're saying is the point. So, for benefit of all, what I do is, Shweta, if you don't mind, can you stop sharing your screen?
Yes.
What I do is what Suchitra was mentioning is right. Are you seeing the screen, what I'm sharing now?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it, right? Have anyone remember this screen you have seen somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, now, if you see the list of stakeholders, 1, 2, 3, 4, some names going to be there. Somebody is unaware, somebody is aware. Now, as Suchitra was mentioning, Related to this project, what is their unawareness, resistance? Now, when you see the political and organizational structure, that also can put them into resisting something in the name of change, or not accepting the change, not accepting the designs, or somebody's neutral, somebody's supportive and leading. If you want to do this, of course, you have to have the political knowledge. Of course, you should know who the stakeholders are. In fact, in a stakeholder management, this comes after you collect the stakeholder register. It comes after you do the power interest grid. You remember that? There is something called power interest grid. You work it out. So when you do all these things, that's nothing but understanding what their political, what is their knowledge on the project. However, you will not straight away tell it's a political thing. Rather, you use the right terminology, right methodology of PMI. In a subset, you do all those things. But the main information is, this is what it does, assessment matrix. Now let's go to the question, what you have. Please share the screen again.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, now read the question. In order to evaluate how the security team will influence the performance of the project. Now, you think you can do better with the stakeholder engagement assessment matrix, rather directly going with the political and power structures?
I think A would be the correct thing, because it gives the first glimpse that what will be their engagement level, and based on that we can dig in further by analyzing the power and influence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, it's not only for one person who I'm saying here, anyone going to the exam. For example, if I am not clear on what is engagement assessment matrix, this question I would have chosen by my own knowledge. 50% of the time, own knowledge will work, 50% fails. So that is also a reason we lose marks in the exam. And this is called analysis. Now, when you do the analysis, you understand, oh, I'm not aware of assessment matrix. Let me read it one more time. When you do that, next time, whenever you see assessment matrix, chances are you answer better. So it's one of the suggestions for everyone here. When you see a topic you don't understand, please read it. Perfect. Good. Shweta, let's go on.
Yeah, I'll take one more question now, because considering the time. The other one is this next one itself. I answered it correctly, but I just wanted to understand one thing in this question. The question is, a supplier and their client agree on 80% of the scope for a project contract they are working on for the delivery of marketing content. The client has a fixed budget and target completion date, and wants to get the most business value from the project by increasing the scope based on a best effort delivery close to the end of the project. What should the project manager do? I opted for propose a dynamic scope contract option, add a fixed number of iterations. I wasn't clear what exactly they meant to say when they mentioned best effort delivery close to the end of the project. At the same time, they're saying wants to get the most business value from the project by increasing the scope. But normally, if in an agile project, normally what we do, we prioritize the stories based on the business value. In that case, these should be in the beginning rather than adding them at the end of the project. That's why I just wanted to clarify my understanding.
Okay, you may see this. I'm going to read it one more time for my understanding. A supplier and their client agree on 80% of the scope for a project contract they're working on for the delivery of marketing content. Client agree on 80% of the scope. 80% agreed. Okay. The client has a fixed budget and target completion date. So money and time is fixed. I want to get the most business value from the project by increasing the scope based on a best effort delivery close to end of the project. So now the supplier client agree on 80% of the scope. That's a start. And they want to increase the scope as they get close to the end of the project. So contract, what you're proposing. What's the question? What should the project manager do? What is the first answer? Create the contract based on the agreed scope. Ensure that the change control process is documented. No. Increase the number of resources in the contract. Okay, B and D is straight away ruled out. Create the contract based on agreed scope and plan and addendum to this addendum for the scope changes. Okay. C says propose a dynamic scope contract option and add a fixed number of iterations. Okay. So why you thought C is right answer? What is the justification?
Here I understood only 80% of the scope is defined, like
Yes.
they're able to agree on. So rest 20%, they're still not clear. In that case, they can go for agile. When it is agile, iterations came into my mind.
Only those 20% you want to go for agile?
Yeah, at the end they're saying like they want to. Yeah, that's how I thought. And
Okay.
it was completely a guesswork. Not I was not very clear when I read this. Yeah.
Okay. So and wants to get the most business value from the project by increasing the scope based on a best effort delivery close to end of the project. Okay, let's go a little more down. Justification says propose a dynamic scope contract option and add a fixed number of iterations. Dynamic scope contract option, which means you're keeping the time and money finalized. We have that inverted triangle. In Agile, we tell time and money finalized. Requirements can be dynamic. I would say even the beginning you can do this. You don't need to wait till the end of the project to be dynamic. It can be dynamic from the beginning.
Yeah.
Best effort changes at the end of the project can be delivered at a fixed cost by specifying a fixed number of increments where additional scope can be prioritized. Strict change control or addendum would risk missing the completion date. Adding resources not necessary if the scope is best effort basis. Okay. Your question is why we are doing this. Is it a question?
Yeah.
Okay. Then how do you thought C will work for you?
Yeah, as I said, only looking at 80% of the scope they were aware. So I went for dynamic scope wherein they are allowed to, or we are allowing the changes. And then iterations took me into agile way of doing things where the scope like progressive elaboration and everything is big, right? Yeah, when I looked at the first one, I thought it is more predictive, or I don't know, my brain took this would be the right answer.
Okay. Okay. So answer looks convincing because of first elimination technique, all goes away. So now I don't see even the requirement is finalized. They agreed for the 80% of the scope, right? That's there. But again, the question is proposing a dynamic scope contract. They're not talking for the whole delivery. They're talking about a dynamic scope contract, which can be delivered within the time, within the money, but still you will go for the most business value addition to the customer. See, when I say 80% is agreed, I may have a release level or a high level details, but I may not have a full depth of information. Now I'm going to deliver only which is more value addition to the customer at the earliest possible. So you have chosen in the right order, nothing to worry there. But your worry is it a hybrid or it is a purely agile? That's your question.
Yeah, and I couldn't figure out why what exactly that meant when they are saying best effort delivery close to the end of the project. Like, is it like we will try our best and whatever we are able to deliver on that remaining 20%, we will deliver them as part of the project.
Maybe I didn't get your question here.
Yeah, I was trying to ask, when they say best effort delivery close to the end of the project, are they telling that we will try our best to cover all, whatever can be done within that time and budget, and only those will be delivered.
Okay. So, okay. If you understand the question, if you read that whole sentence, not reading that 1, 2, 3 words, reading the whole sentence, the client has a fixed budget and target completion date. Okay. And who want? The client want.
Yeah.
Get the most business value from the project. He or she has a limited time, limited money. However, wants the best business value from the project by increasing the scope, because they have agreed only 80%. They can increase the scope based on a best effort delivery. As the team delivers, they look out their velocity, they look out their speed and quality of delivery. Based on this, they can increase the requirements, which can help them to achieve what they want to.
Okay. Yeah.
That is the way I'm reading this question. If I read this last sentence again, the client has a fixed budget and targeted completion date. Let's take an example of same bank system. HDFC Bank, there is a work requirement. 80% they have a clarity, some they don't have a clarity. And they have a time of 12 months. They have $1 million budget. However, wants get the most business value. When I say most business value, we want to deliver the best as we go forward. We kept a gap of 20% there, which will be added as the project progresses, and we will see what is the best effort of the team and the delivery speed based on which they add more. That's why they say that propose a dynamic scope contract, which means you don't want to freeze the scope of thing, you keep it open, free, so they can ask me, can you deliver these top 5 items right now? The rest of the items later. Then they can expand the scope based on our velocity of our sprint and maybe iterations, or maybe on the release. The effort of the team is calculated. Based on that, I can add more.
Yeah, sure. That clears, madam.
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we jump one question and come back again? Yagnil is here. Yagnil, I'll take a time. Did you message me today, Yagnil, if I remember your WhatsApp?
Yes, Sriram.
You messaged me, right? Today, this morning you message.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do one thing. Are you having a question to talk?
I have 1 or 2 questions which wanted, justification. So
Okay, then I'll go with you. Then I'll come to the question what I have. So quickly, I want to see your WhatsApp. What we discussed? Is this morning, Yagnil, we discussed?
Yesterday.
You were the one got 91%.
Yeah.
Man, man of the hour. Okay. Give me that information. When you took this full exam?
I took a full exam yesterday. From evening, means basically I'm from India, so from evening 4 to 7:30 I was able to complete.
Okay,
half an hour.
You are from June batch, isn't it?
Yes.
And you read the book fully already?
Yes, I read the book Rita 11th edition, and I could see that I think Agile is also covered in that.
Same book. No need to read 2 books. You read 1 book. Very good. Nice. That's the advantage of 11th edition.
Right.
Now you have to give some tips to people here how you scored 91% in full exam. First round of applause for that greatest achievement, because it's a very massive score. How much of time you took to take this exam?
Yeah, so I took around 3 hours 30 minutes, means I was able to complete that exam before half an hour of the original time.
Okay, half an hour before and good score. Now you took break?
Yeah, I took 2 break of 5 minutes each.
Okay.
But it was not, it was not the original, means so the first break I took which was after 60 questions, but the another break which I was supposed to take after 120 120th question, but then I took after 140th question, so that I'll be going to improve in the next.
That's fine. That's not a problem. So now the main question to you. In 180 question, you found questions repeated for you, which you practice in 60, 40 somewhere.
Right. Yes. It was repeated.
How many questions would have been repeated?
I would say so I took 240 questions weekly mock, and 160 question mock
Okay,
for
that's a
taking the
decent
full.
number.
Yeah.
That's a
So
decent
I
number.
found approximately 15 to 20, not more than that.
Then it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's a super good score. I would say in this, we have something called leadership board. We record all the people who score highest scores. That's a super high score, 91% super high. At the same time, after the exam, have you analyzed all the questions?
Yes. I analyze all the
Okay.
right.
Is your logic of choosing an answer and the book logic or the question paper logic both matches?
So most of them, it match around, I would say 85 to 90% it match. Only few only few questions it didn't match because I went for the elimination technique, not the the logic which was given in the explanation. So that I will be working on it. So basically that was predominantly the area where the people process, where there are different leadership theories and motivational theories were there. So those so that area, and then especially the the budget chapter, where not the SPI and CPI calculation, but there is this the estimated completion, and there are various formulas and when to pick which so there are three formulas, 3 to 4 formulas if I remember correctly, through which we can calculate the estimated completion. So which one to pick when, that I have to do a little bit more practice on that. So
Okay, that's good. So give some tips to people how to read the question so that they can answer within the short time, also the perfect choice. You have any thought on that you want to share?
right, so basically before, so what I did basically was that I read the question twice, even though it was one liner or a two liner. I read the question twice first before looking at the the options, just to ensure that the keywords which I am choosing after reading the first time, it's still the same, or it will or sometimes we miss, right, reading the first questions. And then
Okay.
once I read that question twice, then I would go with the options. First I would try to go with the elimination technique. I think in majority of the cases I I chose that answer, but in some cases it was quite obvious. So there I did not use any elimination techniques, and then it was straightforward uh, answer for me. So that's,
Okay.
yeah, that's how I I took the mock yesterday. Yeah.
Really appreciate your valuable tips here, Agnel. Really nice to see the scores are going high. Maintain this. We will go to your question. Before that, one ask with you. Are you planning your exams close by?
I'm so I wanted to do a little bit more practice, Sriram. Means anyway, because I just wanted to ensure that I take the full mock exam the way actually it happens for PMI. So exactly 60 questions, then probably 10 minutes break and things like that. And I wanted to brush up my the week, means the areas where I lost the marks basically. So which are the leadership theories, the people people process, and predominantly this cost in the cost management chapters, where the different formulas, right? Yeah, estimated completion and total cost to performance and all. So that I wanted. So that I'm planning to complete within next 2-3 days. I wanted to read those chapters, and then probably I'll be going for one more mock next week. So
Okay.
my plan is that at least somewhere around 15th of August, I'm planning to go for the final exam. If
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Preparation looks good again. Proceed on. And yeah, let's see a few more tests to see how your scores and we plan the exams.
Sure, Sriram.
Perfect. All right. You can bring your question. We'll discuss about it.
Sure. So let me share my screen. Yeah, let me know if you're able to see my screen, Sriram.
Yes, visible.
Okay. So, this is the question which I wanted to, discuss. So, the question says the project manager is preparing the charter for a project. The project aims to automate 30% of the product testing. The project sponsor advises the project manager to assign senior test engineers to identify the test that can be automated. The test department manager, however, is not cooperative because they believe that the project will lead to downsizing in their department. Which two actions are suitable in this scenario? We have to choose two actions. So the option A says that have a meeting with the test department manager to discuss mutual expectations. Option B says request for the project sponsor to provide rationale for test automation. Option C says present data-driven cost benefits, evidence of a test automation to the test department manager. Option D says raise the risk that the senior testing engineers will not be available for the testing. Work with the project sponsor to create a project charter that the test department manager will not perceive as threatening.
Okay.
So this was, the first one was correct, the option. The second one I chose was the, present data-driven cost benefit, evidence of the test automation to the test department manager, so that he'll be able to see the overall picture,
Okay.
and then he'll be able to convince. But here, the answer says this one raise the risk. But in the explanation, when I go right, when I read, it was sounding like it was also giving to the data. But I don't know. Just in this scenario, the project manager's first action is to attempt to make the stakeholder cooperative with the project. One way of doing this is presenting the data that supports the business decision. So if if that is the case, right, then probably my answer would be correct, right?
Okay, let's see this question.
Yeah.
Project manager is preparing the charter for a project. So the project has started or not started?
Started. Means, yeah.
Preparing the charter for a project. Not started.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Not started. The project aims to automate 30% of the product testing. Aims, which means they're thinking something can be done. The project sponsor advises the project manager to assign senior test engineers to identify the test that can be automated. The project is not started. We are trying to do 30% automation, and your sponsor is recommending. Nothing is started, recommending. The test department manager, however, is not cooperative because they believe the project will lead to downsizing. It's a very reasonable belief, isn't it?
Right.
If in automation, you have to lose 3-4 people, jobs will go off. So now, which two actions are suitable? The project is not started. Now, let's go to the straight away the answer which you marked. Present data-driven cost-benefit evidence of test automation to test department manager. Now, where you will get the data when the project is not started?
So they would have done some business case, before the project started, right? Where they would have done some cost benefit analysis. That okay, if they do this, this particular project, then basically the expected cost of that.
Okay. So now, what is happening is if you want to drive this, let's take the first right answer. Have a meeting with the test department manager to discuss the mutual expectations. This you have to discuss because it's a kind of a discussion to see how can we help each other.
Right.
That's what we're doing here. That's fine. Now, the next part is raise a risk that the senior testing engineer will not be available. Do you think it's a risk at the time of preparing charter?
So means basically basically it is not quite clear, right? Means we cannot assume that, because here it is only mentioned that it is, he is not, cooperative, right? The test department manager is not cooperative. Now, I mean, basically, at least, what I thought was that it is, means it is a, a kind of a, assumption that, those engineers will not be available because, he is not cooperative, he will not allow, right? So that
Not
is why
cooperating,
yeah.
you want to record it as a risk upcoming, because it's a charter stage, very beginning stage, and we are worried how this is going to happen in the long run. So let's imagine, let's keep that answer sparked. Let's go to the data driven. Now the point is, what you're saying is business case study would have happened. I completely agree. Business study will happen, but that is only on the whole project success or a failure business case. Now this is a test automation, which you have to have some evidence. I can bring some past different project evidence, but I don't think that will be convincing to convince my test manager. When I say data driven cost benefit evidence of test automation, that is more subjective, right? You cannot bring that when you are in the beginning stage.
Okay.
Right. Even though you try, it won't be your data. It'll be some other project data.
Right. Some past data, or some past project, or some other project data. Okay.
Yeah. But again, I go with your debate as well. You can bring, but it will be past data. But you can convince me, or you can debate saying that, Shri, with this, I will convince my manager. If you say that, yes, I have to listen to you.
Yeah. No. I think why I thought this, then I looked at it saying that, okay, how this could be a right answer. But then I was thinking that this is means senior, test engineers will not be available. Means we cannot say that, they will not be available just because test department manager is not cooperative. So I thought this, with that logic, I eliminated this option.
But why you are not seeing it as a risk? See, a risk
No,
is.
it will, it will be a risk, but then we okay, I somehow thought that he's not cooperative, but that doesn't mean that, okay, he will not allow senior test engineers and everything. That was my point. That was my point.
Could be, right. See, when I say risk, I'm not expecting it's going to happen today. I'm in the charter stage, and after a few weeks or few months, I'm going to do this. Once my test department manager showed his dissatisfaction, I'm doubtful. Imagine I'm in the month of July. I'm expecting this automation to start in the month of September. And I'm right away thinking it's a risk in the month of September. What if this guy don't give me those team members? My work will get delayed. Whether it's a predictive or adaptive project, my critical path will be in trouble.
Got it. Right.
That's where I think so.
Got it. No, I got your point also, saying that we are just raising a risk because it could happen or it may not happen, but okay.
Yeah, that's a point. How about the first question is convincing point? I'm conversing with this guy to convince him, hey guys, I have something like this.
Right.
Point. Perfect. That's a good question, actually, right? Let's read the justification. What the justification says.
The justification says, in this scenario, the project manager's first action is to attempt to make the stakeholder cooperative with the project.
The intention is to make him to cooperate. But the actions, what we written down, will it make him to cooperate?
The risk will definitely not going to cooperate. That is why I have chosen the second one, right? The first and the data driven.
So there could be a problem where he or she will not cooperate. Okay. All right, that's a good question. Thanks for bringing it up.
Sure. And one more question, Sriram.
Yep.
So this is the question. Hope you're able to see my screen, right? The document. Because
one
more problem, Sriram, what I found was that in this, right, basically our my account, basically let's say I have given 340 questions mock, right? But I could see only the latest 40 question mock which I could. So see if you can see my screen, right? I had given 340 questions, but I was able to see only 140 questions. The all other, previous was the chapter-wise test basically. So I was not able
Hey,
to.
Rahul is giving you a point in the chat box. Can you try that?
Okay, sure, I will try that.
Yeah, he is giving something in the chat box.
Okay, great.
I
So
will
let's come to the
read it for
question,
you.
Sriram.
Yeah, you have to click on toggle 4 previous attempts.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Okay, nice. Okay, let's go
Okay,
through.
then I will. Yeah, then I have. But anyway, I have taken a screenshot. So, two startup companies have merged. Okay.
Okay.
And now more than 100 developers on 8 agile teams are working on a common portfolio. Which agile practice or method can best ensure release coordination between the teams? So the options are Scrum of Scrum, Mobbing, Scrumban, and D is the feature driven development. Now
Okay.
I chose Scrum of Scrum because basically we are having that scaled agile, and we have around 12 teams, Srikanth. So with that I just correlated, and then I thought that because there will be a release train engineer, right? One will be the release train engineer, and all the other teams, right? So all other team scrum master, they will raise any blockers or issues or anything, and in that Scrum of Scrum SOS call. So with that logic, I went on with this.
Now, are you able to hear me well?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
So now, Scrum of Scrum, it's a event.
Oh, okay.
It's an event. I get your point. There is something called large scale Scrum. It's a methodology, LESS.
Got it.
That is given here. You are right. Scrum of Scrum is one of the event inside large scale Scrum, scaled agile on these platforms. If not, it is one of the event. That's it.
Okay.
In a feature-driven development, when they say startup companies have merged, and now more than 100 developers are working there. When the mergers happen, and let's take the same example of HDFC Bank has merged with another some XY bank in the industry, there'll be some features which they want to serve to the customer in the market. So now that particular market feature oriented, if you have a team and they collaborate, the results can be better. That's what they want to mean. So there is something called FDD, and time permits, you can read that.
Okay. So you mean to say that the the FTD can be used for this large software development project, right? Basically, or large scale. Okay, got it.
Yeah, there is something, but Scrum of Scrum is one of the event, like daily stand up.
Got it. Yeah. No, that I remember. Yeah, that
I know it's a tempting when you read it. It's tempting. Oh, okay, Scrum of Scrum, but Scrum of Scrum is just an event. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the main thing was that which agile practice or method. If we go, then obviously this was the choice, because Scrumban also will not help. Okay, got your point.
All right, perfect. All right, so what's the time now? Time, I think, went too much now. Okay, I have a few more questions, but what I do is I'll keep it for next week. But still, I think we had a good conversation for the last 1.5 hours. Anyone else have some questions to ask or discuss? Okay, was it useful today for people who are listeners, participations? Was it useful?
Yes, Shri.
Yes, Shri.
Okay. Great. So now, what I can expect from you, some of you going for the examination, stay in close touch, sending me messages. Where are you? I should be able to talk to you before you go to exam. That's a very important thing I have to do. And people who are preparing, go in your own speed. I don't think you have to worry because somebody is scoring high, because somebody's going to the exam. No pressure on you. It's your way of preparation. For the people in the June or before June batches, your recordings, class recordings are being in your communication board, which you can listen to get some subject knowledge. For example, if you want to learn about risk management, I have given a class agenda with you. A PDF copy will be there. Open the agenda. The agenda says which day what classes are going to happen. So if you go to day 1, day 2, day 3, it'll be a little bit here in the moment, but if not, mostly it'll be there. Beyond this, if you don't understand, let me know. I will work to help you. All right, fantastic. Have a great time, and thanks all for the participation, and thanks for the people in the YouTube watching out. And again, next Sunday, we'll come up with more questions. Have a great weekend. Happy weekend. Catch you soon.
Thank you, Shri.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shri.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Shri.
Thank you, Shri.